I don't know if you can see this or if it's reversed. Alex Hormozi, $100 million offers. He made 100 million. It's not some guy just said, "Oh, no, $100 million." He actually did it, but no one gets it. No one understands the freaking. I don't think anybody understands the book or what he says. No one does it. I mean, like, he's oh God, I got that book. Oh my God, that is a great book. I love Alex Hormozi. That book is the best. And you're like, well, did you do this? Oh, what's in the book? Yeah, dog, that's in the book. What? No, and then it's like, okay, we'll do this exercise. And then it's like, and do this. And then it's like, nobody can do it. So we're going to break it down here. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You go to page 75. Page 70. I love the illustrations here. I believe Russell Brunson's team did them. God, Russell hires the best people. I don't know, like, it's the miracle of God is just that he can pay for those people. That's the miracle of God, because he hires some really, really freaking talented people. Okay, here we go. What Alex says is, he says, 1, identify the dream outcome. Well, that's not really a problem. Get X result in Y period of time, the dream outcome. For example, lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks or whatever. Okay, now, step number 2 out of Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book. This is what nobody understands. This is what nobody does. It is page 76. Apparently, everyone skips pages 76 through 80, which are probably the most important freaking pages in the entire book. I've not done them as good as I could. I have a friend who did this and immediately sold, I think $150,000 doing it in a week, just doing what Alex Hormozi said here. Since then, he's probably made $500,000 doing it, just doing what Alex Hormozi said. Anyway, list problems. I wrote down all the things people struggled with and their limiting thoughts around them. When listing out problems, think about what happens immediately before or immediately after someone uses your product or service. What's the next thing they need help with? These are all problems. Think about it in insane detail, and that's the whole key here. And he gives an example on page 77 of how you break it down for weight loss. This is how you break it down in extreme detail, except truthfully, in reality, he does it in much more detail than this. I mean, he'll break it down to 30 or 40 problems. My friend, he made I don't know how much. I'm not like his freaking accountant. But I think he's probably made, I bet if you asked him, he's made 300,000, $500,000 doing this in the last 6 months or year. Probably 6 months. He came up with 30 or 40 problems. 30 or 40. You haven't dug unless you come up with 30 or 40 problems and obstacles. You've not really done the exercise. You just went through the freaking motions. I'm just telling you the truth. So a lot of times people don't like the truth. Hey, Marlon, I just want to do the top 10 list. In fact, 10 is too many. Can I do it in 5? Actually, I've been thinking, Marlon, I just want to, can I boil it down to the one? Gary Keller said the one thing. I just need to boil it down to the one, Marlon. Well, yeah, whatever. But Alex Hormozi made $100 million, so you should probably, and a lot more than that in terms of sales of the companies he works with. So, I mean, I don't know. It's your choice if you want to listen to him or not. But he came up here with 16 core problems on page. This is on page 78. He says here, and I don't know if the type may be reversed. It's irrelevant. Just go read it in the freaking book. By the way, it's $1.99 on Kindle. I mean, this is the I'm not going to spend $30 for a book. I'm just telling you things people tell me. I know I'm making fun of it, but people just say ridiculous, dumb, stupid things. I'm going to pay $20 for a book. Oh, God forbid you should invest $20 in your brain so that you can make more money. Because obviously what you're doing is working so well that you don't need to spend any money, invest any time, or read anything, because God knows you're just crushing it. It's the harsh the harsh reality. All right, anyway. He says we have 16 core problems with 2 to 4 subproblems underneath, so 32 to 64 problems total. Now, that's realistic. 32 to 64 problems. You ain't done it well unless you have about 32 to 64 problems. Now, step 3, the solutions list. Transform our problems into solutions, and then here's what nobody does. Name the solutions. Now, this is harder to do than it sounds. We spent a whole hour on this in Fast Track last Wednesday. And, instead of 32 to 64 problems, each person came up with about 5, 6, 7. I mean, I only gave them 5 minutes, right? But I mean, it's hard. It's not easy to you got to really put some thinking, some hard-nosed thinking power, serious thinking power. It's like what Mark Hamilton in Neotech or Neothink, I guess Neothink, his Neothink series. If you're a fan of Neotech, you'll know what I'm talking about. He calls it the Harvey Firestone hard thinking. I love Mark Hamilton. I don't know. I thought Neotech was great. Well, the Neothink, the original Neotech by his dad, who passed on while he was jogging at like age 70 or 80 in Las Vegas. But Mark Hamilton was his son-in-law. And Mark's a really engaging writer. In any event, you turn the problem into the solution. You give the solution a name, a catchy, sexy name, right? And he has like an illustration here. I mean, this is really great stuff. And so my point is, and anybody does what he just said there, and that's the whole secret to creating your offer. But there's a bigger point here. I'm just going to be honest. People don't read and they don't think. Only 5% of the people are readers. Out of the 5% who are readers, probably 1% of those think. When I say think, I'm not talking about being God. It's not like I'm so great or anything. I'm not whatsoever. And I miss a lot of things when I read books. But let me just say this. Most people that read this book, they just blow by. They don't even remember that thing was in there about problems, turning into solutions, giving each solution a name. They don't remember it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and put myself out as being the poster boy for doing a good job of implementing Alex Hormozi. I ain't. I need to do better. My friend, who I told about the book, and the reason he's a multimillionaire is within 3 days he had implemented. Within 3 days, he had come up with about 50 problems, and he had given each solution a catchy name. Within like 2 weeks, he had made, I think at least $60,000 from it, right? I'm just telling you straight up, because he implements like a beast. Everybody wants a secret to internet marketing. I'd like the secret to internet marketing. Although we all, the secret is you implement like a beast. And you implement the right things. Like you can argue, well, Marlon, I implement like a beast, but you're implementing like crappy solo ads that nobody buys from, safe lists that nobody buys from, like stupid, dumb ideas you bought for $5 and you thought it was going to make you $1 million. I'm being harsh here, but it is a lot of times the truth, right? The people that my friends and the people I know that make the most money, they implement like I'm going to tell you a story. This is everything you need to know about internet marketing, probably, or a lot of it. So there's a program called Time and Chaos. And years ago, a guy, some of you know, most of you don't, Corey Rudel, who was like the god of this industry before he passed on on a raceway, the same one that the guy from Fast and Furious died on, in the same freaking car, a Porsche. Corey passed on that racetrack. And, but Corey showed me his Time and Chaos, which is you can put your to-dos on it. And he had like a list in there of probably 100 to-dos. The wild thing about Corey was if it went on that list, it got done. Like, there were things that Corey said, okay, I'm going to put that on my list. I'm like, yeah, that's a long freaking list, Corey. And then sure enough, 6 weeks later, it'd be done. And I'm like, dang, you followed through on that time and chaos, didn't you? Right now, I have time and chaos. Unfortunately, I don't have the discipline to use it like Corey did. Mine is more like a note-taking program. Corey used it for his to-dos. What I'm trying to say is Corey implemented it like a freaking beast. Like a beast. Now, you've also got to implement the right things. If you implement the wrong things, you don't make $100 million offers. Instead, you make $10 offers. You're making $10 or $100 or something, right? I'm going to sit here and say it's all easy. It's simple. I mean, he just said it's simple. You write out your freaking list of problems, you create your solution, then you give your solution sexy names, which oddly enough is not like easy. On Fast Track, they struggled. And these are my best people, my very best people. They struggled with giving names to their solutions. And I understand that. You got to be creative. You got to dig into that creative imagination Napoleon Hill talks about and think and grow rich. But my friend who implemented this, every single problem had a solution and a sexy name to it. And I mean, he dug deep. He dug really deep. He dug deep, right? For example, like, if you spend the money on this big ticket you're selling, if somebody spends the money on the big ticket you're selling, someone in their family may disapprove. I don't think you should be spending that much money on that. So do you know what he did? He actually gave him a script of what to say, and he gave that script a sexy name, just like freaking Alex Hormozi teaches. I'm like, my gosh, how did you think of that? That was the most freaking brilliant thing ever. Just implemented like a beast, right? So, like, and I've talked about this before, but I guess, nobody's going to be listening to this part of the video, so I'll tell you. Nobody listens beyond the first 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, it's like nobody searches beyond the first page of YouTube results. It's just true. Nobody reads the whole book. They read the first chapter and they quit, right? So anyway, I'm just telling you the truth. God, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, my friend implements like a beast. Most people, they're driven by pleasurable by pleasurable activities, not pleasurable results. But it's the activities that create the results. So if you want the pleasurable results, you got to engage in activities that are inherently unpleasant. Not all the activities are going to be pleasing or pleasant. I wish they were. And now, Dan Sullivan talks about this from Strategic Coach. If you don't know Dan, he's got a crap load of books on Amazon. And Dan's thing is, if you don't enjoy it, get someone else to do it, which is what Russell Brunson does. And if somehow you're a great enough salesperson and you can create webinars like Russell does that sells extremely high ticket offers, then yeah, you can afford to hire those high ticket people. I mean, that, to be quite honest, is a little bit of a tall task. But having said that, that is what Dan says. Hire out the things that are unpleasant to you. But unless you have the money to do that, or until you have the money to do that, you got to do them yourself. And but the dream is you get in internet marketing because people tell you, oh, you just like, it's just only things you're going to enjoy doing. It's a dream. So people get in because they don't want to work. They don't want to do anything unpleasant. They don't want to do any unpleasant task. And people tell them they can do all of these things because they're selling the dream, just like Alex Hormozi basically teaches you in 100 million. So anyway, then they get into the business and you find out, if I want a pleasurable result, I got to engage in tasks that are maybe not pleasurable. So that's kind of where the rubber meets the road. And anyway, $100 Million Offers is a killer book. The problem is people don't do what Alex said. People don't even read that part that Alex said. People don't even know that part is in the book about the problem solutions, give a solution a unique name. People don't even know that's in the book. I don't remember that in the book. I didn't read that part of the book. That's in the book? Really? For real? Yeah, I did that. I wrote out 10 problems. Right? I mean, like, you know, I bet 1% of the people actually do what Alex Hormozi teaches. The other 99% go, oh, God, that was a great book. Yeah, I read that book. Yeah, I got that book, Marlon. Yeah, I read $100 million. I know all about $100 million. Don't be telling me about $100 million. I know about $100 million. I've got $100 million. I read the book, marked up the book, highlighted the book. I did the book. Well, did you do the list of problems? The what? List of problems. What? Is that in the book? Yeah, list problems, solutions, get a solution, unique name. I don't remember that in the book, Marlon. I'm just telling you how it is. You know, I'm not saying everybody's like that. Most people are. That's just reality. You know why? Because that list of problems sounds like a real pain in the neck to do. It is kind of. I not done a really great list of problems. I did a list. I did a list, but I didn't give everyone a unique solution, a unique name. I mean, that's a lot of mental work. You got to sit down and hunker down and do that. Right? But anyway, that's what I got to say about $100 million offers. Brilliant book, brilliant method. Nobody does it. Like, nobody does Alex Hormozi. Even the people, oh, I do Alex Hormozi. I know Alex Hormozi. I got $100 million. I do Alex Hormozi. You got your list of problems. Give me, find the solution for each one. Give me a unique name. That's in the book, Marlon? Really? Serious? Yeah, dog. It's in the book. It's like the core of the book. It's the core of $100 million offers. It's not all of $100 million offers. There's also the Alex Hormozi equation, value equation, which is absolutely brilliant, right? Anyway, we're lucky to have the book. It's one of the probably top 5 or 10 books ever written about direct response marketing, making offers, and so forth. It's a very, 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 very rare book. I wish I had the book 20, 30 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago when I got started in 1978, however long ago that was. Nothing like that existed back then, right? I had no idea. I had no idea what I was freaking doing. All right, guys and gals, ladies and gents, everyone else, whoever's on. That's it. Hope you have a great day. Hope you got some value out of this today. If you do get $100 million offers, it's $1.99 on Kindle. I recommend the hardbound. The hardbound is gorgeous because it's full color printing. And the price on it's very reasonable. It'll be like maybe the most treasured book out of all the books that you own, right? You know, I'm talking about marketing books, right? Not about your religious books and so on. I'm just talking about marketing books. It'll probably be the most valuable marketing book that you own, or one of them, next to one or two of mine. All right, guys, you all have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.